players are taking drinks again. You find yourself on the tooth. You open up the mobile fridge, nothing. Even the bread and sliced ham with a smidgen of AB's brown looks boring. Oh, it's getting desperate. It's times like these that you think, muffin. Col Egar's muffins. Out now in banana, plum and mint. Col Egar's, the muffin for the man in the middle, or the muffin for the middle in the man.
Ever wanted to drive a Mercedes? It's possible. Ever wanted to own an airline? It's possible. Ever wanted to front a merchant bank? It is possible. Because now on This Sporting Life, it's Harry Beitzel Hour. The 60 minutes in which Roy and HG ask the questions and you stroll away with the fat. Past winners include Adriana Exanides, Clinton Fletcher, Colleen McCulloch, Malcolm Blight and Bill Snedden. Now it's your turn. Stay in touch, stay on the job, stay ahead with Beitzel Hour on This Sporting Life. And now here's the man with the pink slip, HG Nelson. HG?
Yes, thanks very much indeed, King Wally Otto in the soundproof booth. And before we go to the first fat, though, Roy, and I must confess we'll be postponing this in-depth discussion of a very revealing interview that we had with the Shark during the weekend, in which he outlines his innermost fears and nightmares, yes. But before we go to the first fat, I just did want to mention to people who have asked me about the Rugby League conference coming up this week, where all the Rugby League chiefs go to some exotic place and try and drown themselves while they discuss, the coming issues in the coming year.
Isn't there a lot to talk about?
Oh, there's so much to talk about, Roy. Salary caps, draft, Kummels, the dream.
The dream.
Now, one of the things is I understand on the agenda is that the Rugby League judiciary is thinking about appointing a former player to the three-person panel. Now, it is believed that, Rugged Ronnie Coote and the Pooh, Peter Wynn, have been approached already about joining the league panel. And, of course, at the moment, we've got three lawyers, basically, on the judiciary. We've got Big Dick Conti, QC, that's the league's appointee. We've got Terry Murphy from the Referees Association and Dr. Greg Woods, QC, from the Players Union. Now, this main proposal has been put forward by the Bullfrog, the chap in charge of the Canterbury Bankstown Rugby League team. And Moore will argue at the session up there, I think at Rockhampton. They went to Rockhampton because they thought it'd be safer when they went swimming. Moore will argue that the league should appoint the entire panel, that is, including to ensure a former player is on it, i.e. including the former player. The Bullfrog contends that only those playing with a playing background appreciate the pressures and emotions footballers experience during matches. Now, last year, of course, several Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs players were suspended, Terry Lamb noticeably for headbutting. But he had a perfect record up until that.
He did.
International Centre Jared McCracken for biting, and coach Chris Anders was rebuked by the league for his conduct during the Lamb hearing, and Moore spoke out against the composition of the judiciary after McCracken was disciplined. Now, on and on it goes. Now, many players had complained to Quayle about the absence of a former player on the judiciary. In the past, it always worked well. But what I'd like to advance now, though, is the players that they're citing as going on aren't the players who are...
the skills. I'd love Terry Lamb to be on it, because Terry knows what it's like.
Or Steve Mortimer. Nobody, Steve
Boyd.
Les Boyd, bring him back. He's the sort of player who'd know what it's like, because these players basically are players who, because of their size and skill, have avoided all that sort of stuff. But, when you've got Jeff Tooby pulling a Magnum 357 on you at the base of a scrum, that's when you start to think, hello, how am I going to defend myself here? And going high and hard seems often the only and best way. And that's the sort of pressure I think that isn't clearly understood by a lot of people sitting on this panel. Dick Conti, sure, he's a terrific bloke, tremendous bloke. I want to hear a word said against Dick Conti, Roy, but he doesn't know anything about playing rugby league in the modern era.
No, he doesn't. He knows a lot of things, Dick Conti, don't get me wrong. He's Australia's closest thing to a Renaissance person. I've seen him. Look, he's the first bloke after a do, when it gets a little bit French and blue, he's the first bloke to take his pants off. He's the first bloke to rack up the copy of The Age or the
Sydney Morning Herald or the Advertiser.
He's the first bloke to roll it up and put it in his date and set fire to it. He's that sort of bloke. He gets if it's a bit quiet, he's a party catalyst.
Yeah.
Isn't he? You can have him at a do. It's a little bit quiet, nothing much going on, just a few people talking in the corner, that sort of thing. Someone playing a record.
Kumbaya.
The Carpenters might be on.
International.
Every now and again, hello, Dick's off. Dick's got something going. You can just see a flame going there, running around in the backyard. And Dick's off, and you get a conga happening, and everyone's playing there. He's a very, very well-credentialed, well-researched, well-learned, social, academic sort of fellow, loved by everybody. And I agree with you, H.G. Nelson. I won't hear a word heard against Dick Connie.
Now, Roy, what I'd like to say, though, is that Dick has never played the game in the modern era.
No, he's played tag.
Well,
On weekend. It's different. It's a different game. It's all silks
running around with wigs and
with
black
wigs
gowns and stuff like that.
Slim hips.
Yes, that's right, and keys jangling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What I want to say, briefs, yeah. What I want to say is, I think there should be a current player in there. You know, somebody like Terry Lamb, somebody like Totally Ian Roberts on the board. You know, because they're the people who know what it's like.
You should rotate, week in, week out, get a different player,
different perspective. Because then you'd know who the hard nuts were, the people going the great. People going to school, people going to Christmas handshake.
Yes.
And
Go on the nut.
Downstairs and upstairs.
Going upstairs. Yeah.
And they're the players who know who to spot. So let's say Peter Sterling, and I know Peter won't mind me using him as an example. Let's say he has loses a yard in pace and has to go high Terry Lamb style, Steve Mortimer style, late in their careers.
Against someone like Jeff Tilley.
Against somebody like
Jeff. He couldn't get over. Peter wouldn't mind us saying that.
I know. Peter wouldn't.
The first bloke would admit that it would have.
Yeah, he would. He'd be thinking about it. But on the other hand, you know, a bloke like Totally Ian Roberts would know Peter is on the thump, he's going high because he's losing the yard of pace.
Yeah, and probably penalise him therefore.
That's right. And on other times, you know, other blokes, because Totally's a forward, on other times you might get a back in there, like, I don't know, Michael O'Connor, who realises that, going a bit high is okay in certain circumstances, i.e. when it's not done to him. Yeah, call for it, when it's not done to him, when Manly are losing, and let Peter Sterling off.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that would add something to the
it would add a dimension
to the judiciary.
As well, I mean, one name does come to mind. If you're going to talk ex-players, don't talk about players like Cootie and Winnie, who are a little bit slim-hipped all their lives, as far as I'm concerned. They didn't bulk up in the right areas for mine. Kerry Hemsley.
The Brigadier.
The Brigadier. He's retired. He's left Candos, as nearly as I can tell, and headed south on his bike. Now, I think it's a tragedy that he's going to be lost to Group 10, and he's going to be lost to all groups. I think Kerry has still got a lot to give. Why couldn't Kerry Hemsley sit on the judiciary? No one knows the nut like Kerry. No one knows the trade like Kerry. No one knows the skills like Kerry. He's graduated at every level, primary, secondary, tertiary level of rugby league, and here's a bloke we're letting go.
Beautifully put, Roy. All this talk about judiciary.
I've got one.
Yes, indeed. And of course, the first fate of the day is a terrific prize. Once again, it's let's face it, a copy of the Book of Dates, The Sporting Life Diary for 1992 from...
it is available in all good bookshops.
It's available in all good bookstores. Yeah. And we've got that...
It's a diary, isn't it?
It's a diary. It's useful. Yeah. It's a practical application.
Dick Conti have anything to say? I know Smitty and Stephen does, but is Dick got anything to say? Is Dick mentioned in there? Is it Dick's birthday? Or anything like that?
Well...
or is it a bit light on?
It's a bit like in Cotty speak, but I did see that in my list of Sandover medalists for 1949,
Dick
Conti, East Perth, 12 votes. So at least he's remembered by at least yours truly in the book,
yes.
And probably an element of his sporting career that he wasn't that familiar with, because it did happen some time ago.
But he was a good sports person.
He's fantastic.
He had a quick eye. He could anticipate the ball. He kept his eye on the ball. He just didn't live with the ball. He didn't get down low enough. He didn't bend, did he?
No.
He was too upright.
He was a bit Gene Miles about it at the end. Yeah, like punching people, but couldn't actually do anything but swing.
Couldn't handle when a nut was travelling towards his nose.
Now we've got also, of course, a couple of bucks each way on Roy's selection this afternoon in the AB's first ton for 2 years Superfecta, coming up in just under 40 minutes' time from Flemington, where we're broadcasting from, courtesy of VRC. Now, Roy, women only to boot off.
Women only. It's women
for
only.
some lucky person who can answer the following question.
Yes, the question is as follows. Women only. I cannot stress that enough. Women only. Name 2 solutions for getting cars across the Flemington track. Name 2 solutions for getting cars across the Flemington track.
And tunnel is not acceptable.
No, tunnel, that's the VRC solution. We're trying a little lateral thinking here.
Yes. So that number?
Well, the 2 solutions that were referred to, we should be more specific.
Yes.
We don't
Yes.
any more solutions.
No, we've got too many as it is.
Using space shuttle or something.
Yeah.
Name 2 solutions, Name 2 solutions for getting cars across the Flemington track as pointed out on this Building Life.
Today.
Today, less than an hour ago.
Yeah. 0080 210 60. Phone now.